Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So we're continuing on with the vehicle script and we're going to start in this lesson by coming to the void start, and what we're going to do will be very familiar to you because it's basically what we did in the enemy AI. However, it's got to be done, so let's get it in place now. So we'll say underscore, and we want the underscore vehicle transform, and we're going to make that equal to transform. Please note we have a capital T here, a lowercase 1 here. Let's close that off into the comments and we'll just say cache vehicle transform. Let's come below here and we're going to say underscore, and we want the vehicle controller. We're going to say it's going to be equal to get component, open and close brackets, inside the brackets, and it's going to be the character controller. We'll come to the end of the line, we'll open and close brackets again, and we'll close that line off. So again, straight into the comments, we'll say defines naming convention for vehicles. We'll say character controller, and we'll come here as well. We'll put in vehicle movement direction, and we're going to say it's going to be equal to vector3.0. And again, close the line off. In the comments, we'll say set vehicle movement, and we'll say direction to 0 on start up. And we're going to come here and we're going to start the core routine in the void start for now. Obviously, we'll move this out at a later date when we add the code that will allow the player to walk up to a vehicle and interact with it. And obviously, we'll move the start core routine out of the void start. We'll probably again use something we've used before, like a sphere collider, and we'll have the core routine activate then. But for now, just for testing, we'll start it here. So start core routine, open and close brackets, close the line off, inside the brackets, little quote marks, and we're going to say vehicle FSM. And in fact, let's just copy and paste that naming convention in so we make sure it's exactly correct. Into the comments, start, let's paste again, function. So with that in place, and in fact, let's create the variables for the audio now. So let's come right up here. We'll say private of type audio source. We'll give it a naming convention of vehicle audio source. Close that line off. Into the comments, we'll say defines naming convention for vehicle audio source. And we'll get a couple in place. We'll have to add more audio clips at a later date, but let's just get the first two in place, I think. So we'll say public audio clip underscore start engine. Close that line off. Into the comments, and our usual sort of comment here. So create slot in inspector to assign engine start audio clip. let's just copy that now. We'll paste that in. And we'll give this a naming convention of engine idling. So let's put that in the comments. And as I said, we will have to add more audio clips, obviously. But we'll use those two for now. And we'll come back and add the others as and when we need them. But we'll need these two fairly shortly. Obviously, you need to go ahead between now and the upcoming lessons and just find vehicle audio clips that suit your project. And I'm sure you gathered we need an audio clip for each one of the vehicle states. So please go ahead and try and find some audio clips to suit your project. I'm on the lookout, as always, for public domain sound effects, so I'm still looking for those. Obviously, as always, using public domain makes it a little bit harder, but I'm sure you all understand for the purposes of YouTube why I go in that direction. So with that said, let's move on. And in fact, let's create this. So we'll create a void awake. Open and close brackets, close. Well, open and close again, should I say. And in fact, let's have a look here. We'll make sure that our current speed first is equal to our minimum speed. Let's close that line off. So that's the first thing we need to do. So we'll put that first in the void awake. Into the comments, current speed is equal to our minimum speed on awake. And I'll create a line break actually, and now we'll handle the audio. So underscore vehicle audio source is going to be equal to the get component, open and close brackets, inside the brackets, and it's going to be of type audio source. Open and close brackets again. Let's close that line off. And again, straight in the comments, we'll say vehicle audio source. We'll say equals the audio source. And we'll just say component. And let's have a look. We'll get this first one out the way in this lesson. So we'll come to players enters vehicle. And because this is going to be quite simple, we're just going to say vehicle audio source dot, and we can just use play one shot, open and close brackets, close that line off, inside the brackets, and the audio we want to play. So we want to play the start engine audio. So I'll just put that in the comments, just make sure they're all in line, and we'll say play the engine start audio clip. And we'll come below here, and obviously we're going to play that clip, and we can move straight out into the next actual function. So we're going to switch to the wait for engine start. We've done this countless times, to be honest now, so we'll just say underscore vehicle states is going to be equal to vehicle. And in fact, let me just check vehicle. Yes, I did use the S. So vehicles dot, and we want the vehicle states, and then the state we want, wait for engine to start. Let's close that line off into the comments, and we'll say set state to vehicle is, And let's just copy and paste that naming convention in. Make those all in line. And I think we'll leave it here for now in this lesson. And we'll pick this up in the following lesson. And we've got, again, a lot of the basic code in place. That's the reason why I did this void in this lesson, just because it's so simple. And in the following lessons, we'll work on fleshing out these functions as well. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.